So the Brexit Endgame depends on raw politics, but from an economic and financial perspective, I always argued for a transition deal so that we can have a broad, smooth way from leaving the EU into a new future relationship. The possibility of a no deal is now much higher than it was before. No deal will be very painful initially, but as the Governor of the Bank of England pointed out last week to the House of Lords Economic Committee, there's been a lot of preparation in the financial sector for no deal. But it's very much about how much preparation has taken place, and that's opaque. The alternative to that appears to be an extension of Article 50. The trouble with that is that while it allows more time, it prolongs the uncertainty and may dent investment over that period. In terms of no deal and the city, the key issue about no deal is how much preparation has been done. And it's quite clear that many firms are prepared, but at the same time, it's opaque as to whether all firms are prepared. It would not be a surprise if there was near-term dislocation. Therefore, the central bank clearly needs to provide liquidity. And as we've seen recently, not only has the bank made sure that the banks are well capitalised, but it's now making sure that the financial system is amply provided for with liquidity in the event of a no-deal shock. If we look beyond that, the key message is the policy regulators in the UK and the Bank of England have been very responsive to the changing external environment, and I think that will remain the case. Recent data has been mixed. While the GDP figures suggest the economy is growing at a sluggish pace, we have more coincident indicators, such as tax revenues and the employment data, that suggest the economy is far more healthy. And indeed, in time, the GDP figures could be revised up. But the outlook for the economy depends on the interactions between the fundamentals, policy and confidence. Confidence naturally will be impacted by the Brexit Endgame. The policy environment has to be supportive, with rates remaining low, and if necessary, a fiscal injection. I think the economy will grow at a steady pace this year, with rising wages giving a boost to consumer spending. Stepping back and looking at the global economic picture, it's a message of near-term caution but longer-term optimism. The reason for near-term caution is that recent indicators, such as the purchasing managers' measures and also the trade data, suggests a slowdown. We've had monetary tightening, particularly in America, and trade tensions between America and China. However, if those trade tensions ease, and if, as seems likely, the central banks, not just in America but elsewhere, move to a more accommodative stance, then that should help the world economy as we move through this year. So near-term caution, certainly, but more optimism about the longer term.